Hey guys, Jared Cater here, a new MIL 75 member with Herbalife International. I've just been asked by Gav just to give the amazing active supervisors in his organisation a quick, I guess, 5-10 minute training on me and some key lessons that I've learned along the way that have really helped me grow my business. So firstly, guys, like all Herbalife experiences, I guess we start with our story. So before Herbalife, I was running a business in financial services. I was very, very time poor. I was putting 80 hours a week into that thing, and that's a lot of time. And there was barely any money coming out of that. The reason we're doing that is we actually opened up a business in financial services probably about 6 months before the global financial crisis. So we were going really well, and then all of a sudden we weren't, and there was a lot of money going out, not much coming in. So I needed, and that's what led me to Herbalife. I needed to find a way to generate some income for myself and my family, and just help me pay the bills. And ended up sitting in my first kickoff experience with. I was actually sitting next to Gary the Grabner, and the whole thing really blew my mind. Obviously, the products work based on the results, and the income's really got me. I thought, geez, if these guys can do this, I can definitely do it. So I got started, and I guess that's the main. One of the main things, right? You've got to get started to have a go, and all you guys know that because you're going really well and you're active supervisor, and I'm going to touch on the importance of that later on. But, based on that initial experience, I got started in my program. I lost 15 kilos in 3 months. I was able to, I guess, shift 20 in total. I put on 11 kilos of muscle as well just by adding the Herbalife 24 stuff and hitting the gym a bit harder and eating a little bit differently. But that wasn't really what got me. What got me was the energy. After 3 days, I felt like the best way to describe it is I felt like I went from a black and white movie into a colour movie. The energy was just back into my body. I felt like there was electricity going through my veins. It felt so good, the best I've ever felt. I was waking up before the alarm, and that's what really got me, and that's what got me excited, and that's what initially built my base of clients, and initially, I guess, got me talking to people about the business, because I thought, geez, if I can make some extra money just helping people with their energy, then anyone can do this thing, and thus, endeavour to build a royalty-based business and service a base of clients and teach people how to build their Herbalife house and to service their base of clients. So, and I guess based on that, I live a really nice life. I live in Albury. Just had our second bubba last Friday, so it's actually my first day back in the office. And the beauty of that royalty-based income is, my financially, I definitely didn't suffer. My business actually grew when I was off work, which is crazy from a business perspective. Usually, from a traditional business, if you put the wheelbarrow down, the income stops. But with this thing called Herbalife, it is that freight train business, which you guys have probably heard before. So once the momentum's there, it just keeps playing along. It's really, really hard to stop once you put in the work initially to get the thing going. So, last month Herbalife paid me about 30 grand, and that's just increasing every month, sometimes by a lot, sometimes by a little bit. But the main thing for me is I'm seeing growth, and that's obviously the most important thing in your business. So Gav's asked me just to touch on a few things, and I guess the first one was initially how I built relationships, in particular with some of my key guys, including Quentin. There's some Quentin called me off an ad. I didn't know what he was saying, but I guess initially from that, before I start this story, I just really endeavoured in my own personal development journey, and I guess the quote was ringing. I remember the quote was just ringing around in my head. To get what other people can't have, you got to do what other people won't. And it was kind of just bouncing around my head. And Quentin called, and he was blabbering away in basically French, and I didn't know what he was saying. And but what I did catch was he was calling from an ad that I placed, and he wanted to check it out, and the kickoff was the next day with Hector Bastilios from New Zealand, and I guess I was thinking, I should try and make this guy find his own way, and I thought, no, hang on, that quote was still ringing around in my head, so I thought, no, I'll go out my way, I'll make the effort, I'll go pick this guy up, and then I thought, from a relationship perspective, spending an hour or two in the car with someone, it's probably a good thing as well. So You know, Quentin was really ready to go by the time we got there. I just told him my story and what was happening for me. Just keep in mind, guys, I've been in the business maybe 5 weeks, so not very long. I've lost 5 kilos by that stage, and Quentin was pretty impressed with that. And he was telling me that he was looking for something, and I guess once he got in front of the stories and the system, you know, that got him. So I guess from a lessons perspective, number one is, you know, if I hadn't have done the personal development the day before and those words weren't floating around my head, I might have went and picked Quentin up, and you know, would be 30 Get team members short in France. You know, a crazy amount of active world team members, crazy amount of active supervisors. So all that impact that would have happened wouldn't have happened just from the ripple effects of me doing some personal development. So that was crazy. And I guess the other thing was, you know, I guess the other lessons you can take from that is, number one, and one of my key tips is using the system to grow your business, and using that as the cornerstone of your business. Because if you want to build a royalty-based business, one that you can eventually kind of, I guess, step away from a little bit and relax and do the things that you really want to do, probably the reasons why you're actually watching this video right now, then you're going to have to make the focus on the business, not on you. Because if the focus is on you, when you step away, your business will step away as well. So you've got to keep that mindset on getting people in the system, and that's all we've ever done. That's all I've ever done. And more importantly, all I've ever done myself as well. I've never missed an event that I've qualified for. Only a few this year because of the baby and stuff like that. So, so that's really, really important. I guess the other lesson there is the building of relationships. You know, with Quentin, we were good mates straight away, and the reason was, you know, I didn't send a text, I didn't send an instant message. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I can't build a strong relationship with someone over Facebook or text or anything like that. Maybe a little bit on the phone, but face to face is so much more powerful. They can see your body language, they can see the passion in your eyes and what's happening to you. So that's really, really important not to rely on. And I guess they're just lazy ways to communicate. Like, it's okay doing that with some clients and checking in and stuff, but even now, if that client is open to me calling, I'm calling them, because or I'm getting them in for scans so I can talk to them. You know, treat them like human beings and show that positive energy that they don't really see, and that positive care into someone's life, and I find that's really, really powerful. So I guess a little bit on Quentin as well is, you know, there's a story of persistence there, because he definitely, I guess, wasn't buying into let's use the system at the start. Being French, he felt like he could do it a little bit better, but we just kept on getting him into the system. You know, some days I had to rock up and drag him out of bed, chuck his tabs down his throat, because French people don't take tablets apparently, and get him in the room. So there was a story of persistence there. We're probably both lucky that he was really the only person I had working at the time, so I had the time to put in with him. And the other thing was, by that stage, we were really good friends. We were just hanging out as mates as well. So, but there was always that serious component of, okay, let's get here on Saturday and let's get some guests out. We always used to compete with that type of thing, and always used to challenge each other to get more guests in the room and that type of thing. So there's always a bit of fun there. In regards to my top tips, guys, it's you know, the way you do your Herbalife business, essentially that's up to you. And Gav and Jess are better role models than me. Look at them, they're 15K and living a life that I'm endeavouring towards. So I'm not going to try to give you, I guess, tactics and stuff like that, because you guys have that all sorted, you're active supervisors. But what I'm going to, I guess, talk about is more philosophy type stuff. In regards to consistency, you know, it's absolutely key to just do your plan, whatever that is. Once again, I'm sure the leaders on this call, as your mentors, have your plan as well, and just making sure you're doing that every single day. It's your ethical obligation to yourself in the future to actually carry out that plan. And you know, some of you guys are not only active supervisors, but you're going through the marketing plan. So if you're consistent with what's actually growing your business, it will continue to grow your business. You know, there's no don't just change things rashly. Just be consistent. Be the hardest worker in the room. Always be the hardest worker, and endeavour because that will rub off on your team, and then they'll be the hardest workers in the room. And you know what I'm trying to do, and what's happening at Vampire Nutrition here in Albury is, you know, there's a lot of people here, and they're all different backgrounds, and they're all different talents, and they're all different skill sets, and they're all, you know, all different. But what's consistent is everyone works hard. Everyone works hard, everyone's goal focused, and everyone's moving towards their goals. It's not like we don't have fun, we have heaps of fun, and I put on heaps of promos and stuff to reward these guys for their hard work, but there is that hard work undertone of the whole place. You know, people come in here to work, and when we say working, it's not like we're tradies and we're lugging big, you know, back-breaking type of stuff. We're just talking to people and helping them, you know, lead a healthy, active lifestyle. Number three, I guess what I've covered is education as well. Obviously, it's super important for you guys to focus your business based around the amazing system there. A majority of you are over in WA, I presume. So whatever the education system is, even if that's online, whatever it is for you, make sure you're showing up all the time consistently and working hard to put people in that system as well. And then I've just got a little something to show you guys, because you guys are active subs. This is probably more relevant to you. Sorry, I'll just get all this updates out of the way. So hopefully you guys can see my screen now, and you know, this is the key. You guys have done this, so it's not new for you. So this is the absolute key to your business. And if you can duplicate this, it's really the more of these houses you have, the quicker you'll go through the marketing plan, and more importantly, you'll be creating active supervisor lines in your business. And it's super powerful, and we work this all the way down to 6 levels and beyond. We want that volume trapping, and we want plan, I guess, C, D, E, F, G, and H, just in case someone gets distracted or whatever. We don't want a hole left in our business from a top performer not going. So, and I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but in regards to personal consumption, that's obviously super small. That's for your broke person to be able to do it. So we're planning for the minimal, I guess, and teaching someone to get 5 clients, and then bringing in a new member and teaching them how to get 5 clients, and then doing that the next month and the next month. As well, and obviously with your new member, they're not going anywhere, so they're continuing to service their 5 clients, and then all of a sudden you've got 2 members who are continuing to service 5 clients as well, which is 1,000 volume. In regards to your client base, as we all know on this call, some clients, they're hard to stick around no matter how good your follow-up is, and some will order the next month and whatever, but on average what I've found is 300 volume from 500 the following month is about on the money. And in month 3, you're creating fully qualified supervisors, but more importantly, the next month when this duplicates again, 4th month, 5th month, 6th month, they're an active supervisor. And I really think in Australia, there's a really, or in Victoria anyway, there's a really undervaluing of the active supervisor promotion that's here in Australia. And, the people who are absolutely smashing it overseas, that they all have front lines. And I think in regards to this, Gav and Jess have the biggest in Australia. So who better to be teaching you this stuff over me? But this is what we're doing. We're building people's houses. We're getting them to active supervisor within 6 months. And when that's duplicating, guys, of course they're going world team. They're getting really close to active world team. You get 4 people doing this, you're knocking off the organisation component of active world team, and realistically, people who are a shot at global expansion team and beyond, after a 6-9 month period, and it's really just finding 5 new clients a month. That's all you're doing, and showing someone every month on how to do the same thing. It's such a simple thing that if you're consistent with it and you work hard and you're teaching people how to work hard and find 1 client a week, and 1 member a month who finds 1 client a week, the absolute power behind that is really, I guess, crazy in regards to volume and how it grows your business. So, guys, that's it from me. I just want to share this with you. Hopefully you haven't gone over in regards to time, Gav, and guys, hopefully I'll see you guys over there in Perth really soon. Love to get over there, and thank you once again for the leaders for having me on this call. I'm really thankful for you guys asking, and let's make July the biggest month in business for guys. So congrats, guys, for being on the call, and I'll see you guys really soon.